Hope y'all had a good Halloween festivities. Well, it's been a adventurous weekend for the Queen. Won't be going into those details anyway, but wow. Let's talk about this farm equipment left behind at David's former Hollywood Hills residence. I have the basic questions pertaining to this information. Was the equipment already in the house when he moved in back in February of this year? Number one. Did he order the farm equipment? If he ordered it, when did he order it? Why did he order it? Steve Fisher tells us that it's the type of equipment that is not for residential use. It was still in its original packaging. And I do find this very suspicious because naturally when you live in a home, no matter if it's a mansion or 2,000 square feet or 6,000 square feet, you are going to be curious if you, let's say, walk into someone's home and you just so happen to see farm equipment in their home, whether it be in the garage or the living room or wherever. I think you would question like, okay, well, why do they have this type of equipment in their home? So it's a question no matter who bought it and when they bought it. Why would you need it? And what is the equipment exactly? So Mr. Fisher, since you're waiting day for day to give us little tidbits of information, first you tell us it's odd equipment in the house. Then you tell us it's equipment for disposing a body. Now you tell us it's farm equipment. Well, why not just tell us the damn name of the equipment? So what is it? No, it's not a tractor. What is it? Some type of chopping mechanism for chopping up produce. What is it exactly that you saw? And the main thing, was it bought by David or someone he knows or someone who had access to the house, which is really the same thing? Was it used to dispose of a human being such as Celeste Rivas Hernandez? This is my theory, if this information is accurate about farm equipment. If it was bought to dispose of this young girl, I think it was a rush job, as I have put in my commentary the past week or two. He didn't have time to get rid of the girl whenever it was that she was unalive, however she was unalive. Putting her in the Tesla was a rush job. Buying the equipment possibly came after the death of the young girl. Trying to figure out how to dispose of her, dismember her, whichsoever, that's where the farm equipment comes in. So somebody had to order it. There's got to be some tracking information on the packaging. Who ordered it? When did they order it? Name of the person. I'm sure all that will be investigated. Now, with that information, I have to ask myself, why was it left behind? Don't know all the things that they took out of that said home, but I would assume if you thought it was something pertaining to the death of this young girl, why wouldn't you have seized that equipment? And I think it's a damn good question. Since Mr. Fisher has decided to give us this said information, that it's farm equipment and it's not the type of equipment that you would use in a residential home. So why didn't the FBI, police department, whomever, why didn't you all take that equipment? The equipment that you took from this house, what was it exactly? Saws, heavy cutting objects, tools. What was actually retrieved from the house that could be used to dismember a body, hurt a body? Naturally, any type of instrument can be used as a weapon. You can use a hammer, you can use a knife, you can use a gun, you can use a fire poker. You can use any type of object to unalive a person, subdue a person. So what item was used to subdue, unalive this young girl? Did she die by an object? Hands, drugs, since everyone wants to keep talking about drug overdose. Why, I don't know. When people die, why people always assume it's a drug overdose. You have to have proof that, one, she was using drugs, he was using drugs. You don't even have proof of anything because we don't even have an adequate rendering of an autopsy. So we don't even know how the girl was unalive. We just know that her body was severely decomposed inside of this Tesla. But my thing is, I don't know how it can be confusing of dismemberment versus not dismember. You know, there still should be something at the lower half of a body to show that the person had legs and feet. You want to tell me there was a head and a torso inside of this Tesla? That's what's been revealed. You also have identification of a tattoo on fingers. So that means a hand had to have been attached to the torso, I'm assuming. Maybe detached, don't know. But it says head and torso. So I'm assuming that possibly the bottom half was removed. By whom? Seems like to me you would, and I don't mean to be vile in my commentary, but if you don't want someone to know who a person is and for them to be identified, you would remove the head, you remove the arms and the feet, legs, and you would disperse them in different places as so they wouldn't be identified. This did not happen. Her head and torso were in the trunk. So whoever was trying to get rid of this girl, they did a shoddy job at it. Hello, Toy. They did a shoddy job. That's why I said in my previous commentary that I do believe this was a rushed job to get this girl stowed away. She was thrown into this Tesla, dismembered, however, and they didn't get to finish the job. That's where the farm equipment comes in. You bought the equipment to try to get rid of her, but then what were you going to do with the equipment after you open the package and use it? You'd have to, what? What are you going to do, send it back, say it didn't work? Or you're going to try to sell it? You'd have to clean it, because naturally if you're using a certain type of tool to dismember a human or dissolve it all the way down, it's going to have remnants of a human body and flesh. This is some wicked SHIT. Once again, a lot of people do not care for Mr. Fisher. From the Sebastian Rogers case, as I told many of you, I did not get deep into Mr. Fisher's dealings with the Proudfoots versus Seth, so I can't say what he did and didn't do because I didn't get into all the dirty details of what Mr. Fisher had brought forward in his information pertaining to Sebastian Rogers. But a few of you have commented on my channel to tell me that you do not like him and you do not trust him and you think he's a liar. I would hope that the information that he has revealed to the public is they are not lies, because what I have to tell myself, if you are lying, what is your motivation for spinning tall tales? But in this world, we live around people who lie and deceive all the time. Now, I'm not here to say that this man is lying in this case, but old habits die hard. One would say, well, if he lied over here, he'll go over to this street and lie over here. You be the judge. But as I said, if this information is true of farm equipment left behind, then I have to ask myself, who did it belong to? When did they purchase it? Why didn't you take it with you? And what tools were taken out of the house by law enforcement? That's my commentary. I mean, I beg your pardon? That's the latest, everybody, pertaining to this David and Celeste debacle. Also, he said something about prescription drugs were left behind. They were actually prescribed to someone. I'll throw that in there before I check out of here. Who did the prescription belong to? Number one, when was this prescribed? And what is the medicine? What does it treat? Who does the prescription belong to? When was it prescribed? And what is the medicine exactly? Is it more than one pill bottle? 2, 3, what do we say? Is it different type of opiates or pills? What was that exactly was in the pill bottle? A lot of information coming from Mr. Fisher. And once again, law enforcement has not brought forward any information pertaining to the autopsy, manner of death, time of death, no new information of anything pertaining to her parents, the relation between David and Celeste, just nothing viable. And this happens because naturally it's an open investigation, it's still ongoing, and you rarely get the information that you're seeking. Naturally, I'm hoping her parents are interested in the findings, but what I find bizarre once again is that these people have not come forward to show themselves to the public, to show any type of care for this child, not come forward and say, this is my child, my daughter, my niece, whatever, my sister. We're concerned about what happened to her. Yes, we knew that she was dating this guy who's a grown man. We did not tell the whole truth about her disappearance, because that's also been mentioned on other networks, that possibly her family knew that she was dating a grown man and did not care. They did not render the type of appropriate parenting for her. They let her come and go. And that to me is negligence, that you allow your child to come and go and you didn't tell the complete truth that she had returned home a few times, and there's now video footage of her being near her family, around her family, during a time that she was allegedly reported missing. So that's a problem for most as well. So it doesn't seem like to me that parents are forthright in their accuracy of her disappearance. I think they knew where she was. I think she was hanging possibly at another place that belonged to David in LA, East LA. And I'm waiting for that information as well. Also, this is coming from Mr. Fisher, so you're entitled to believe it or not. But if this information is true, that he is saying she was in another place hanging out, he's got information to that, then where is that place? Who does that place belong to? Is it more than one place? Adults? Who are the adults? Who are these people? Are they related to her? Friends? How does she know them? Are they related to David? Or is this a place related to David? Does he own another home, apartment, condo? So a lot of new information. Prescription drugs, don't know who they belong to, what the medicine was, is. Farm equipment, don't know what it is, don't know who ordered it, who it belongs to, why was it left behind, was it going to be used for the disposal, dismemberment of this young girl or anybody else? Who ordered it? Why would you order it? And why wasn't it taken from the home when he moved out? Why didn't police confiscate it? Because they have to question the same thing. You're going into a nice home and you see equipment that's supposed to be used on a farm. You have to say to yourself, well, why is this equipment here? Why would they need this type of equipment? So you got to ask, did it belong to David? Did it belong to Mr. Josh Marshall, since he's the one that rented the home? Or did it belong to the original owner of the said home? That's my commentary. Prescription drugs, farm equipment, another home where the girl was staying. Don't know how long she stayed there. That's another question. How long was she staying at this other place? He also tells us that she was not really staying at this Hollywood Hills home where David was living. So then you got to ask that question about David. How long was he actually living in the home? 2 months, 3 months, 4 months? It was rented in February, but did he actually stay there? And then someone mentioned to me, well, maybe Angela, the company that he, record company, was using it for like filming and things like that. You rent it maybe once, not for months on end. Only time people rent homes that's a production team, it's to film a movie, film a video. Once they are done filming, they are done. There's no lingering and living in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So then you got to ask that question also, were there other people living inside of that said home? How many bedrooms does it have? And when you look at the video of David and Celeste, where they were on that live stream, it struck me strange what was in the background. It didn't correlate to a home. To me, it looked more like an apartment, that kitchen. It's my opinion. That video where they're on the live and she makes that comment about RAPING children in response to his saying, he was, what did he say? Internet, forgive me, basically baiting her, saying he trained her, media trained her is what he said. And then he said, that's controversial. And then she replied, it's only controversial if you are kids. So during that video, to me, the background looked like it belonged to an apartment. That's what I'm saying. That's the latest, everybody. Sadly, Diane Ladd has passed away. Well-known actress. She died at the age of 89. I'll put up a short about that. Please check out my other shorts that I have put up pertaining to the national government. EBT payments will resume this month, but there will only be partial payments. So for anyone that's receiving EBT food stamps, you will get monies this month, but it will not be the original amount that you are allotted every month. That's the latest information. I want to thank you all for joining me. God bless you. I will post a movie of the week. Hope y'all had a safe weekend. Sadly, the Vols lost to Oklahoma. I was quite disappointed, but about was nodding off 2 to 3 minutes before the game ended. I was very tired. Had a really tumultuous weekend. But just pray for the Queen, and I'll pray for you as well. God bless all of you. Mind the children. And know that if you see something, say something. You can speak up. Always remain anonymous. If you fear for your own safety, you can remain anonymous in giving information pertaining to crimes, especially crimes against children. And if you'd like to donate to this great network, $DANG 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are always welcome during the live. Thank you for your time. This is the latest information per Mr. Steve Fisher, a private investigator. Take the polls on my community page. Do you believe the information from Steve Fisher? Do you believe he's been giving you accurate information about what was left behind at the house? The fact that he dated her last appearance back in January of 2024. Last time she took photos. But my thing is she could have easily got offline and didn't post anything as to not, have people know where she's going and what she's doing. There's a picture of her and him where she's hiding behind a purse. So they were half sneaking around, showing themselves and half showing themselves. The girl was with that man. Where she was with him, I can't say. I don't live out there. I don't know. I don't know him. I don't know her. But pictures don't lie. He was in her company. She was in his company. She may have stayed home a month, 2, a week, then jumped back. As someone said, he probably called her, hey, can I come get you, blah, blah, blah. He goes down, Elsinore, pick her up, bring her back to L.A. They do whatever hanky-panky illegal business between a man and a child. Yes, it is. It's a crime. Take her back home. I think this was going on until finally she was unalived. And when you look at his video material, song material, he is tainted. That's my public opinion. There's something wrong with him mentally. I believe he has another side to him. I believe it is a demon side. And I believe that side unalived Celeste Rivas Hernandez. Everything isn't about drugs. A lot of people don't use drugs. And we don't even know the prescription, who it belonged to, how many pills are missing. See, we don't know anything. And I'm not going to assume she took drugs, ingested drugs, was forced drugs. I'm going to go with what I've seen coming from the author. And what I've seen from the author, David, it's macabre. So it would not shock me none that he unalived her. Because as I always tell you all, you don't know people. That's my commentary. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Check out my shorts, my community page, and also follow me on Newsbreak, where I give commentary as well. I've not done anything over there recently due to some video issues, but I'm going to try to upload some content and see how it goes. But check me out over there on the Newsbreak. I have almost 900 followers over there, and I have a lot of videos that have a lot of viewership. So I appreciate the people who follow me on the Newsbreak. And if you also like to contact me on IG, big.sexy.71, in relation to any story I give, if you'd like to give me some viable information to content that I have talked about here on YouTube, you can reach out to me at big.sexy.71. Thank you for your time. You have been listening to The Vault Excel. Thank you.